She tried to hide her tears behind a smile, waiting tables for strangers who barely looked up, until one customer, a single dad, saw everything. What he left behind didn't just change her shift, it changed her life forever. Stay till the end for the twist that'll touch your heart, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Gentle Spirit for more stories that remind us love and kindness still exist. It was 7:42 a.m. when Emily Parker pulled into the parking lot of Gracie's diner, her mascara already smudged from a morning she couldn't seem to outrun. The place was always quiet at this hour, a few retired regulars sipping weak coffee, a construction crew grabbing breakfast before their shift, but that morning, the world felt louder. Emily's heart was pounding in her chest. Her phone buzzed in her apron pocket again, but she didn't check it. She already knew what it said. Final eviction notice. No extensions. 30 days. No savings. And a little brother who still thought she was invincible. At 22, Emily had dropped out of college to care for Tyler, her 12-year-old brother, after their mom died from a sudden stroke. Their dad had disappeared years ago, no child support, no phone calls, just a blank space in their lives. Emily became everything overnight: parent, provider, protector. But despite all her effort, the world didn't care about intentions. Just results. She tied her apron, took a deep breath, and stepped into the soft hum of clinking dishes and burnt coffee. "Morning, Em," called out Gracie, the 60-year-old diner owner with a heart of gold but no tolerance for laziness. "Morning," Emily managed, forcing a smile. She grabbed the order pad and headed toward the booths. The tears were already burning her eyes. She kept blinking fast to keep them in. She had 3 shifts today. Rent was due. Groceries were low. And Tyler had a school field trip he desperately wanted to go on, but she hadn't told him they couldn't afford it. By 10 a.m., Emily had dropped a tray of orange juice, had been stiffed on 2 tips, and received a phone call from the landlord reminding her she was past grace. That's when it happened. She was refilling coffee at table 6 when a little voice said, "Miss?" She turned, and there was a boy, maybe 8, sitting across from a man with tired eyes and a warm smile. The kid had curly brown hair and a syrup-stained shirt. "My dad says you're sad," the boy said, innocently. Emily froze. The words cut deeper than intended. She looked at the man, embarrassed. "I'm sorry," he said quickly, gently. "Ben speaks his mind." "No, it's okay," Emily replied, wiping her cheek. "Kids see more than we think." The man smiled and said, "Sometimes seeing is a blessing." He placed his order, just pancakes and coffee, but left a $10 tip on the table before the food even arrived. That was unusual. Most people waited until the end, if at all. Emily brought their meal, then left them to eat, wiping tears away in the kitchen when she could no longer hold them in. She wasn't supposed to cry during shifts, but that day, her heart couldn't pretend anymore. When she came back to clear the table, they were gone. But something was under the syrup bottle. It was a folded napkin, weighed down by 2 $20 bills. "You don't know us, but we see you. I've been where you are. Keep going. You're not invisible. Love wins eventually." Adam, single dad at table 6. Emily just stood there, holding the napkin like it was made of gold. Something cracked open in her, something softer than survival, something older than pain. Hope. That night, Emily cried again, but this time it was different. The note sat on her nightstand while she figured out how to stretch the tip money into groceries. She wasn't saved. Not yet. But she was seen. Over the next few days, she kept scanning the diner, hoping to see the man and his little boy again. She wanted to say thank you, to tell him what it meant. But they didn't come back. Instead, Emily started making small changes. She set up a GoFundMe with the note's words as the title, "Love Wins Eventually." She shared her story, about being a young caregiver, about losing everything, about fighting to stay afloat. She wasn't expecting much, but within days, the donations started trickling in. Then pouring. A stranger from Nebraska paid her rent. A woman in Colorado sent Tyler new shoes. A retired teacher from New Jersey messaged, "You're not alone. I was you once." The story went viral. Weeks passed. Tyler's field trip was paid for. Emily had enough money to take night classes again. She started writing, turning her pain into blog posts, her experiences into little lights for others still walking through the dark. One morning, just before her shift, a new table was seated in the corner booth. It was him. Adam. And the little boy, Ben, was holding a tiny bouquet of plastic flowers. Emily rushed over, heart pounding. "You came back." Adam stood, smiling wide. "We've been watching from afar. I didn't want to overwhelm you. But I saw the fundraiser." Ben handed her the flowers. "I'm glad you read the note," he said softly. "Sometimes we plant seeds and never know what grows." Emily sat with them for 5 minutes. She thanked him. She cried again, but this time with gratitude. She told him how those few words had cracked the hopelessness open just wide enough to let something good grow. Today, Emily Parker isn't waiting tables anymore. She runs a nonprofit called Love Wins Eventually, helping young caregivers stay in school, afford housing, and find community. Her story has been featured on news shows and podcasts. But she never forgets where it started. With a napkin. And a note. And a stranger who chose to see. One note changed her life, but it was love, and resilience, that carried her forward. In a world moving too fast to notice the pain behind tired eyes, be the one who stops. Be the one who sees. And remember, love always wins, eventually. Backhand index pointing right. If this story touched your heart, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel, Gentle Spirit, for more true-to-life stories filled with kindness, faith, and redemption. Let us know in the comments, have you ever received kindness from a stranger? Or been the one who gave it? We'd love to hear your story.